I mean, both Gabe and Taz talked about, hey, they were a little winded. How difficult was it managing their minutes, ultimately getting them back in the flow when they hadn't practiced much?
I really didn't manage the minutes. I told them to do that. I told them when they got tired, let me know, and we'll get subbing for you. I mean, I didn't think that Gabe has looked more winded other times than what he did today. Taz said for quite a while, and they know, they've played enough, they know better than I do how I know.
You guys have fought back from a lot of deficits, over the years and this year. The positives and negatives have fallen down early, and then this team seemingly knows how to bounce back.
We had a lot more practice sessions for this game than what we normally do in a conference season, and I'm sure to a degree it's going to be like that pretty much the whole year with the COVID thing. But we were awful to start the game. We had no enthusiasm. We had no bounce in our step. I didn't feel very good about the start of the game before it started, just because of just looking at them. They were not the way they normally are before a game. And we had a lot of practice before, a lot of practice in between. We come back from losing at Texas, and we just didn't have good practices. We went over what we had to go over. We went out and they played the 1-2-2 zone, and they were looking like, what are they doing? And that's what we practiced for 50 minutes. 30 minutes one day, 20 minutes another day. That's what we practiced against. We're going to run pop against it. And they looked at me like I had, 12 eyes. And I'm like, we got to snap out over here. We just weren't ready to play. We weren't ready to play. We didn't have the kind of enthusiasm that we normally have. And from our older guys, who generally are very enthusiastic, they love to play. And we just didn't have it today.
No minutes for Damon Pauly in the second half. Part of that reason, if not, what else went into that decision?
You get guys from, and it's going to be that way, I guess, for a long, long time in college basketball. But some people are more lenient than others, and I guess you don't know how lenient somebody is until you try them. I think we're all on the same page now.
Coach, early in the first half, it seemed like they were always finding the open guy, and then in the second half, it seemed like you guys really locked them down. What changed between the first half and the second half? What was your message to the guys?
We actually tried to guard them. You look out there, you see those two little guys, and I said all week now, don't think that these guys can't play. Don't think that they're not going to make shots. And they're very clever at getting shots off. They're clever at throwing fouls. And we did yet it several times, broke it down, but it just didn't sink in. They're good. They're good. And I thought they did a terrific job with the zone. But it wasn't like we hadn't worked on it. We had worked on it. We didn't do anything we were supposed to do. And that's what happens. They did a great job. We did a bad job. They're going to beat us. They beat us the first half. The second half, we came out and did a better job of attacking it.
It seems like this year you're going to play a lot of games like this. You already have. We don't think that's probably going to change. You're going to play a lot of close games and a lot of clutch performers. What in your mind makes a clutch performer? A guy that wants the ball every time when he has to have it. And today, I mean, you got it from Bridges, you got it from, Keedy, you got it from Sean, almost everybody on the floor at one time or another made a important basket or important play.
Well, I saw Taz a good bit. Larry saw Taz a lot more than I did, and I think the thing that we both said, I mean, the guy's a gamer, and talking to his junior college coach, he's a special guy. He makes those two big shots. Those are hard shots, and he makes them like, okay, guys, here, get on my back. Well, I think the biggest thing is the will to win. The will to win. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, I think Gabe Ashboyan has the will to win. Now, he's not a very good shooter, and so everybody's like, well, he can't shoot. Well, okay, he can't shoot, but he makes plays. And he makes play after play after play that enables us to win games. And he has really since he's been here. It's not necessarily all making shots. And in some cases it comes down to ball security. I mean, who do you have that's going to give you ball security? And obviously Keedy's our best guy at ball security. Throwing the ball away. I mean, we have 20 turnovers against Texas. Okay, maybe people think we're not supposed to beat Texas anyways in Texas, but I mean, we couldn't beat Morgantown High if we turned it over 20 times in a game. We just, everybody has a job to do, and the guys that do their job above and beyond are the guys that, to me, are the guys that have that will to win, or that will not to lose, whichever way you want to look at it. And Gabe certainly has that. I mean, Sean's had that. Taz has that. Keys made big plays for us. I mean, if you think about, go back to the UAB game, the guy who got us back in the game was Keedy, without question. And Keedy very much got us back in this game. Gabe, Taz made two big shots, but Keedy made some big shots, and just he never let them let up. He just kept driving the ball out. And then we had three guys go to the line and make 3 1-on-1s, yeah.
Coach, on Kedrian, some of those plays he made early in the second half kind of maybe got the ball rolling a little bit. I'm just kind of wondering, is he, I mean, obviously players continue to get better as the season goes on, but, if he begins to progress offensively for you guys, he suddenly becomes maybe a different scout or a different kind of player for you guys? Or, I mean, what do you think there?
Well, Justin, don't take this the wrong way, but it just seems like here you recruit a guy like Keedy, and Keedy was a first team, whatever, all Texas. I mean, and they have seemingly 120 junior colleges in Texas.
Right.
And he was one of the 5 best of all of those. But he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Taz the same way. Pretty good. And he's a guy who led his team in scoring, led his league in scoring. It just seems like, I don't mean this the wrong way, but some guy catches 18 touchdown passes, for a season, and all of a sudden we think we got Michael Irvin.
Right.
It's not looked at the same. And we've got good players. I mean, we don't have the inside guys that we had before. We don't have Derek Cole. And Derek did a lot of things for us. Derek's the guy you can throw the ball to when we needed a basket. Derek's the guy who can get the hard rebound. Gabe is in terms of getting a hard rebound. How many charges did he take? 4, 5. That's giving the ball back to his team. That's important. I just think we have better players than what people think we have at times. But we need our big guys to step up. And even if your big guys aren't big, you can't imagine how many times I've talked to them about Cam Thurman. And I never let Cam ever play, because Cam thought he was a guard. And it came down to we needed somebody to go guard Herringody, if you remember, in the Notre Dame game, and he went in and did a terrific job, and it started from there on. And we're the only team that had a 6'4" white guy playing center. Probably in all power, whatever it is, Power 5 college basketball, we probably were the only one, and he did a terrific job. No, a lot of it is just what you have inside. How much you'll compete, how hard you'll compete.
Any update on Malik's health?
Pardon?
Any update on Malik?
He was limping down the hallway in crutches the last time I saw him. Still playing. I mean, unless it's broken.
Bob, question on game strategy, last 4 seconds when they're bringing the ball. You had a couple fouls.
Confidence in the fact that we can make it very difficult for them to, in that case, make a 3. I mean, really, if we'd have done what we were supposed to do, we would have been up by 4 and we wouldn't have to worry about any of it. You can lose a lot of ways, and believe me, I've damn near lost all of them. So, in all of them.
Bob, Isaiah took 11 shots tonight. Maybe offensively wasn't great, but defensively it seemed like he competed.
Who did?
Isaiah. Defensively it seemed like he competed more like you want.
Isaiah's getting better and better. Isaiah's got a lot of tools. And it's just, he's got to continue to improve on certain things. Make a big difference if we can, throw the ball in there to him on a block and count on him being able to score.
What would you do if you couldn't coach a game, if you had to stay home and watch? Would you watch? Would you be in communication?
I feel like going home at halftime. Like, you know what, I don't know. I get asked that all the time. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm all that old. I don't know. I've never really, I think when the time comes, I'll just say, hey, listen, it's been great and I love you all, but I'm go see how many fish I can catch.
I wasn't calling you old or pushing you out.
Well, you would too.
If you
I try not to make fun of your hair and then you sit back there and call me old.
subtly, right? But so if you like Bruce weren't able to travel today, would you be able to watch it? Would it be too hard for you, or would you be sending text or talking to guys at halftime?
You know, when everything happened in Cincinnati and AK and Frank were coaching, I talked to those guys all the time. They'd call me at halftime. I certainly didn't miss that part. I missed the players. I missed the players more than anything else. I just missed them completely.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.